So, teenage issues. What kind of issues face teenagers? And should I explain my own personal experience? Well, personally, I had issues with exercising. When I exercised, I lost weight. So, when I did weights, my fat turned into muscle. People saw me looking thinner and more muscly, and they said, "Oh, you're anorexic," and that stayed with me. They were nagging about it every day for 10 years. People telling me every day I'm too skinny, I need to see health professionals. And when I see a health professional, like a doctor, they say I'm full of nutrients and doing fine. And then they would ignore that and continue calling me names like anorexic, ugly. They would point out how ugly I look, how sick I look. And I'm not even sick all this time. All I'm doing is doing weights half an hour a day and some other workout half an hour a day. Sometimes I was doing gym, sometimes I was going for a walk. And at one stage, I was doing swimming for a short time, and that made me lose more weight. So all I'm doing is some general exercises, and everyone's jumping all over my back about it. And it caused a heart issue. Being put under stress for so long caused a heart issue, and now I sort of wagger around, not really enjoying my life. Not doing the things that I used to love, like bushwalking, which I stated I really liked bushwalking. And, no one cares about it. They'll blame age, whatever, but, no one cares about my health when I have a real health issue. And I'm sure if I get skinny again tomorrow, they're going to be nagging me again about my weight issues. My alleged anorexia has come back. So, my other issue, money. I never had money to run away from home and stay away from home. Because, I'm sorry, in a home which nags you... Sorry. So another issue I had was money. I never had money. I was supposed to be getting money for going to school. I didn't get that money till I was halfway through my year 11 and to year 12. I was supposed to be getting it since I was 15. I was 17 in year 11, and obviously if I had gotten money from when I'm 15, that would have prepared me for uni. I didn't go to uni because I didn't have money. No one wanted to pay for my uni. They kept on saying I was especially stupid and could not cope with university. Even I thought I was especially stupid and I couldn't cope with university. I was just winging it through high school. But then I realized I might actually be smarter than what I think, because I got a pretty good pass with passing 4 grades, and normal people have all their marks, tallied after doing 8 grades. So I just think if I had done the whole 8 grades, I would have passed double and possibly been able to do a lot more things with university in the first place than what I had. So unfortunately for me, no one thought about that when I was doing my year 12. Even I wasn't sure about it. I was sort of just... But when you realize that that is sort of a thing, that could have been true if you had managed to get a handle over the subjects you're doing and be able to actually do them instead of just trying them out and then dropping them because they're too hard for you. If the end of high school would have been more stable, I could have gotten like 78% instead of what I got, which was like 54%. So, it just makes you think about these things. So that's another thing. Everything's tangled up. When I go to Centrelink, they don't give me the right forms. I don't know how to ask for the right forms. It took a while for me to get used to going to Centrelink and getting the forms because they don't automatically give you the forms and stuff. So I was coming and going with Centrelink anyways from the beginning, and then I ended up getting in, but I didn't like him in the end because in the end they were trying to persuade me to go to organizations that were for like people with issues, disabilities. And I didn't like that because they act too wild and crazy there for me. So I do remember thinking, I don't want this. And I sort of walked away from Centrelink completely because I didn't enjoy the customer service anymore that I was getting from them. So I said, screw it. I remember when times were good when I wasn't going visiting disability centers, so I'm not going to be visiting them again. So I ran off and do my own thing to get work for my future. So Centrelink was still tangled up. Even school was tangled up. I was moving around too much. I had no idea what subjects I was going to do in my next school. I probably should have done my HSC online because at least I would have done all the subjects, and I'm pretty good at doing stuff from home, self-paced. Everyone thinks that's not true. You're retarded, you can't read, you can't organize yourself. But ever since high school, I have been doing self-paced learning online, and I can actually do it, so... And at least it wouldn't have been as tangled as the real HSC that I was doing in the actual schools that I was visiting. So, you would say, oh, you want to do this course? They'd say they don't have it, whereas if you go online, you go, oh, you want to do this course? They have all the courses online. So I possibly would have gotten a better grade if I hadn't continued with high school because we were switching so much. Not every school has the same courses available, so if you do it online, they have all the courses available. So I probably should have done that in the end, but I didn't. So screw that. That's a thing against me. But yeah. So should I pinpoint these issues? What other issues did I face? I faced money issues. I couldn't move out of home. Everyone wanted me out of home. They wanted me to run away. But I never ran away, and so I was clobbered in the home because everyone still wanted me out of home, and I was sort of ignoring their bad tempers, ignoring this, getting distressed, having this happen to me, and if I get a stroke of luck, I finally get some money, they've moved out of the way to try and kick me out, or they have kicked me out the home for a while, and I've used my money on a rental, and yeah, so let me jot these down for you. The types of issues I face. So these are the sorts of things that I faced. Like I said, I was nagged about weight, false anorexia claims. You think that's not very destructive, but it actually is when you're around it all the time. I had no money, I couldn't move out of home, and I couldn't even go to uni. Messy school, which led to low grades, not enough units to get high stats for your HSC marks, whatever. Centrelink messy. I often dropped it because I didn't get what it was I was supposed to do, and I was too shy to ask. I couldn't get good jobs to move from home. Is at the top there. I got some jobs, but I didn't get the good ones, so to get me money fast to move from home. I was faced with discrimination after school, so the people who did employ me, some of them, actually gave me a nice dollop of discrimination within the workforce, and I had to leave it anyways, and they wouldn't give me the job that I sort of wanted, and everyone hated me by the end, and led to a lot of discrimination. And also other people, like when I was renting, they were sort of harassing me, and I felt like it was sort of like discrimination or something, whatever. And my parents at home, they discriminate against me all the time. They don't want me to do well. If I do threaten to do well, they get someone bird informing them, and then they come home to attack you. I also have a heart murmur, stress related. I always had heart murmurs, but this one is because I had some sort of light heart failure, which led to my heart being damaged. It's been weakened, and I now have a heart murmur, so I have to think about my heart whenever I do something, because it annoys me, and it's on the top of my mind every time I go out. So those are some of my teenage issues. They're not all of them, but they're a good amount of them. You get a good scope of the kinds of things that I faced. And what can you say? Every teenager faces issues, and these were the sorts of things that I met.